for Wednesday, April the 27th, 2016 at 10:02 a.m. Board members present to my left is Roy Akery, the fire chief, and to his left is Scott Stokes, the director of public works. Christiana Craddock is the executive assistant to the city administrator, and she will be taking the official meeting minutes. First item is a public hearing, variance request V16014, allow auto sales in general commercial zoning below the minimum 2-acre land lot requirement, 1.58 acres land lot 346, 2465, 2491, 2480, 2490, Ventura Place, Philip Howard, and item has been withdrawn by request of the applicant. Any other comments, Mr. Stobbs?
Joey Stobbs, planner with community development. The applicant withdrew the request as he found a alternative to operate just an auto broker there without cars on site, and therefore didn't need the variance. So he requested that the item be withdrawn.
Okay. Well, this is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak, please step to the podium at this time. With that said, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the withdrawal request from the applicant for variance request V16-014, allow auto sales in general commercial zoning below the minimum 2-acre area requirement, 1.58 acres, land lot 346, 2465, 2491, 2480, and 2490 Ventura Place.
Second motion to withdraw.
It's been motioned that the item be withdrawn as requested by the applicant. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing, variance request V16016, allow outdoor storage more than 5 feet from building, 1725 Spring Road, 0.32 acres, land lot 631, Sky King Fireworks. Item to be tabled until May 11th by request of the applicant.
We've had discussions with the applicant. They are asking that this item be tabled until the next hearing so they can perhaps revise their request or give us additional information to review the request more thoroughly, and possibly set up some community meetings to just get public input. So they have requested that it be tabled.
Okay. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, I ask that you step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to table until May 11th. Variance request V16-016 to allow outdoor storage more than 5 feet from building at 1725 Spring Road, 0.328 acre, land lot 631, Sky King Fireworks.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve that this item be tabled until May 11th as requested by the applicant. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing, approval of an existing non-conforming building, 2433 Ventura Place, 0.29 acres, land lot 346, Alicia Crump. Item has been withdrawn by request of the applicant.
This item, the applicant supplied me additional information and determined that variance was not needed. Therefore, she withdrew the request. That's it.
This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the withdrawal of this request by the applicant of an existing non-conforming building, 2433 Ventura Place, 0.298 acres, land lot 346, Alicia Crump, the applicant.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we Withdraw variance V16017 as requested by the applicant. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing. Variance request V16018. Allow gravel to be used for parking surface 5685 Oakdale Road, 1840 and 1856 Freeman Parkway, 90 acres, land lots 055, 056, 061, 062, 864. James Freeman is the applicant. Okay, Mr. Freeman, can you step to the podium? And for the record, can you state your name, please?
James E. Freeman.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Freeman. I know that this board has contemplated this variance request, and I think that there's still a lot of questions that we could get the answers to that would probably help to better benefit this request and help us to make a more informed decision. Having said that, would it be all right with you, or I guess my request would be that we would table this item till the next License and Variance Board meeting in 2 weeks, which would be
May 11th.
May the 11th.
I can do that, yes.
That'd be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is also a public hearing. Would you like to say anything else, or if anyone else would like to speak regarding this issue?
Well, I've been a businessman for over 50 years in the city of Smyrna,
Okay.
and I don't think I've ever requested a variance before,
Okay.
but I would certainly appreciate your continuance and approval.
Okay.
And I will accept a delay of a couple of weeks if you need it.
Okay. All right.
I'd be happy to meet with anybody that wants to talk about it.
Okay. All right. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to table this particular item, variance request V16018, until Wednesday, May 11th.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we table variance request V16018 until Wednesday, May 11th. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing, variance request V16019, allow front setback reduction from 25 feet to 18 feet for the construction of a front porch, 1839 Cumberland Valley Place, 0.4 acres, land lot 665, Osama Kablawi. Okay, step to the podium, please. And for the record, can you state your name and tell us about your variance request?
My name's Omar
Speak to the
Kablawi.
mic.
I'm speaking on behalf of my father, Osama Kablawi.
Okay.
The request is to remove the current concrete landing. The current drop from the front door to the landing is 12 inches. I want to make it what's code, which is 7 inches and 3/4. The deck will be the width of the house at 17 feet and 7 feet out. It'll be 15 inches off the ground, and then there'll be a step coming out of the front door down to the deck itself.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant?
Who's the owner of the property?
My father,
What is his name?
Osama Kablawi.
And your name?
Omar Kablawi.
Okay.
All right. Well, at this time, we'll have some comments by the staff.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can sit right down up front.
The applicant is requesting a front setback reduction from 25 feet to 18 feet for the construction of a front porch on an existing townhome. The townhome is right now, it's right on the 25-foot setback line. So anything in front of the townhome would encroach into the front setback. The applicant is requesting to build this front porch to repair some damage to the front facade that from leakage, and so they've proposed this front porch to fix it and make it look nicer. We've reviewed it and recommend approval as there's no way to really build anything in the front without a reduction of the front setback. The approval should not cause any adverse action on the adjacent properties. It should be the minimum variance needed to address the problem, and other variances like this have been approved through the city. We've posted signage. There's been no opposition communicated to our office, so we've recommended approval with the one condition of approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application.
Any questions for the staff? And for the applicant, do you agree to the one condition as stated? Okay. All right. This is a public hearing. If anyone else would like to speak regarding this issue, I ask that you please step to the podium at this time. All right. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
I've got a question for the applicant.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Step to the podium.
So the purpose of this is what again?
We need to remove the current landing to fix the slope going away from the house. Right now, when it rains, the water goes towards the house and it floods the basement. And then also the drop-off coming out of the house is extreme. I just want to fix everything in the front.
Okay, so I'm looking at, I guess, some photographs in your application.
Yes, sir.
And it appears that your yard slopes maybe a little bit away from the house, and then
The water's going behind the current stairs. That's
behind
where
the stairs, correct? So,
Yes, sir.
looking at your proposal, it appears that you're trying to build a wooden staired platforms to better access the home, and I guess try to keep the water from
Yes, sir.
going back toward the house. So, looking at the photograph, it appears that the slope of the terrain from your neighbors is across your yard, from their yard to your yard to your, how,
Yes, sir.
this. So, putting in this deck area on your Photoshop here, I mean, that's not going to prohibit the flow of water from your neighbor's yard across yours and then yours across the next neighbor.
No, sir. We're not creating any problems. We measured everything. The only thing I'm doing is putting dirt against the house and gravel against the house to lift everything from the house and bring it out to the front yard.
Okay.
And then we're also, the drainage from the gutters is going to be buried and brought out to the driveway so that any water from the houses goes out to the driveway and then drains from there instead of coming back towards the house. Because right now when the water goes into the gutter, it sits right where it comes out and drains in my yard and my neighbor's yard. So we're going to bury that and bring it out to the driveway and have it come out in the middle of the driveway.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
I'm out. Okay, I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Again, this is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak, please step to the podium at this time. All right, seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve variance request V16-019. Allow front yard setback reduction from 25 feet to 18 feet for the construction of a front porch, 1839 Cumberland Valley Place, .04 acres, land lot 665, with following condition that approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan and the details submitted with the variance application, and that the applicant will ensure that the conveyance of water across the properties is not hampered with this variance application.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V16-019. All in favor, please vote. All right.
Get out of the whole thing.
All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing, variance request V16020, allow reduction of side setback from 10 feet to 7 feet, 4240 Ridgehurst Drive, 0.34 acres, land lot 624. Ernest Lambert is the applicant. Is Mr. Lambert here? Okay, please step to the podium. And for the record, can you state your name and tell us about your variance request?
Sure. My name is Ernie Lambert. First off, thank you for considering my variance request this morning. If you look at our site plan that we submitted, our driveway has an area which we turn around in currently. That area has an existing structure, a fence, that is used to hide our garbage can and 2 AC units, as well as secure access to our backyard. What we're requesting is that we want to be able to replace 3 of those posts used for that structure and add an additional post, which that additional post would be too close to the property line. And we want to put a roof over top of those posts. Now, the reason for that request is that we have existing patio furniture that's currently being housed in our garage. Now, secondly, and more recently, one of my sisters is going through a hardship, and she's going to be living with us until she can get back on her feet. So we want to provide, we want to provide protection for her new car. With the hot Georgia sun. Now, I've already talked with my neighbors about this request, and they were happy to approve it, and they said they would provide whatever feedback they needed. I also got our HOA approval. And in addition, that structure, it will not be able to be seen from the front of our house, so the roadway in front, and even on the side where the property to the north, we have existing trees and bushes that it would minimize that structure from his vantage point.
All right. Any questions for the applicant? All right. Well, we'll have some comments from the staff.
Okay.
The applicant is requesting to reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 7 feet at 4240 Ridgehurst Drive for a conversion of an existing non-conforming structure into a carport. As the applicant described, this property sits on top of a hill, so at the road at level of the Ridgehurst Drive right-of-way, that portion of the driveway is not visible. The driveway sort of goes up and then around the house for like a side entry garage. So For one thing, this accessory structure would not be visible from the right-of-way, or, like he said, from the adjacent property due to existing vegetation. He's proposing to build a carport on the side of the house on the driveway, utilizing existing posts. So there's an existing structure there. It's just sort of adding a roof to it and adding an additional post, which would encroach into the side setback. And that's what requires the variance. It's just that one corner due to the angle that it encroaches into the side setback. So we've analyzed the request and recommended approval with the one condition: approval of the subject. Approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application. Signage has been posted, and he's notified his neighbors. We not heard any opposition regarding the request.
Any questions for the staff? Nope. All right. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, I ask that you step to the podium at this time. All right. And Mr. Lambert, for the record, do you accept the condition as stated? Okay. Thank you. I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request V16-020 to allow the reduction of side setback from 10 to 7 feet at 4240 Ridgehurst Drive, 0.34 acre land lot 624 for the applicant Ernest Lambert.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V16020. All in favor, please vote. All right. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right. Next item is a public hearing. Variance request V16021 allows 6-foot privacy, I'm assuming that's fence, in front yard, 3245 Dunn Street, 0.40 acres, land lot 524, Roger and Melissa Madden. Step to the podium, please. And for the record, can you tell us your name and tell us about your variance request?
My name is Roger Madden. My wife and I purchased the house at 3245 Dunn Street, and it's a corner lot at the corner of Dunn and Collier in the Forest Hills neighborhood. The request is for a 6-foot privacy fence along a short section that would face Dunn Street and then along the side street Collier. Purpose of the increase in the size, because currently the code calls for a 4-foot fence, and we were looking for a little bit higher at 6 foot, which would be consistent with the house next door and the one behind us. Due to the traffic that travels down Dunn and Collier now, that is our backyard in the area where kids will play and all, and so from kind of a privacy and security reason, we've requested a 6-foot fence. I think the variance request has a photo of the style of fence that we're going to have, kind of privacy up to about 4.5 feet and then semi-private above that. I think a couple of the issues, number one, on the front side of the house, the fence will be approximately 80 feet from Dunn Street, so the setback is good, so there's no obstruction for any traffic that's entering that intersection at Collier and Dunn Street. And then down the side street of Collier, which is where our driveway is, the design calls for us to actually angle the fence in so that a car could completely leave Collier Road, and so that it wouldn't impede traffic in any way, and it would allow for traffic, any oncoming traffic either direction, or us pulling out of there to be able to be visible to cars.
Any questions for the applicant? All right, we'll hear from the staff.
Applicant is requesting an increase in the allowable height for a fence in the front yard from 4 feet to 6 feet at 3245 Dunn Street. We've heard many requests similar to this in the past. Applicant is on a corner lot and is partially has installed the fence, so we know what the style of fence is because part of it's there and it's decorative style fence. It will encroach into the front setback but be behind the property line there on Collier. So that's where the requirement is no higher than 4 foot fence. As he mentioned, there's no visibility issues at the intersection from the fence, seeing as how it does not even come up to the midpoint of that side lot line. And the request is generated as a need for security and privacy in the rear yard, which has been used to justify other requests such as this. So we've reviewed the request, have not heard of any opposition from the community. They've been properly notified. And we've recommended approval with the one condition that approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan and fence details submitted with the variance application.
For the applicant, do you agree to the condition? Thank you. Any questions for the staff? This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, I ask that you please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request V16-021 to allow 6 foot semi-private privacy fence in the front yard, 3245 Dunn Street, .40 acres, land lot 524. Roger and Melissa Madden as the applicant, with the following condition: that approval of the requested variance be conditioned upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan and fence details submitted with the variance application.
Second motion.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V16021. All in favor, please vote. All right. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is approval of the April 13th, 2016 License and Variance Board meeting minutes.
Motion to approve the April 13th, 2016 License and Variance Board meeting minutes.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve the April 13th, 2016 License and Variance Board meeting minutes. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. I'd like to declare this meeting adjourned at 10:32 a.m. Thank you.